A couple of weekends ago, some of my Italian relatives came to visit these sunny shores. They wanted to do the usually touristy stuff, including a trip to London. During this visit, we used the subterranean railway they're often referred to as the Tube. There are 270-odd stations on the Tube, assuming the minimum number of platforms at each station is 2. That's at least 540 platforms. In reality, some of the busiest interchange stations have up to 10. So let's say there might be something like 1,000 plus platforms. On all of them but one, you'll hear the standard modern pre-recorded "Please mind the gap" message. It's so familiar that you likely don't notice or hear it anymore. However, on just one of these platforms, the northbound Northern Line platform at Embankment, the message is different. At this station, you can hear the crisp, clipped tones of Oswald Lawrence state, "Mind the gap." Many in the UK will have heard the story why, but for those that have not, here is the short version. Oswald's recording was used across the network until it was phased out and replaced by a more modern recording. He recorded it sometime late 60s, early 70s. After he passed away in 2007, his widow would enjoy still hearing his voice saying the iconic message. That was until Nov 2012 when she visited Embankment and found he had been replaced by a new voice. She contacted DFT, who informed her the system had been digitized and a new recording had been made. Touched by her story, they gave her a recording of her husband's voice and then reinstated his vocal track just to the northbound platform of the Northern Line at Embankment. Which brings me full circle to my trip to London. I stepped off the train and heard Oswald's unmistakable tones and realized I must be at the one platform where you can hear this. I didn't know at the time which one it was. Oh my goodness, reading all of your stories has been the light I needed today. It's been a rough one, but every time I wasn't sure I'd make it through, I read a few more stories. You all kept me going today. Thank you. What comment have you gotten that seemed dull or insignificant at the time, but has had a lasting impact on you? Interestingly, both of mine came from gynecologists, and both were women. 18-year-old me having my first pap smear, all the awkwardness. In the middle of it, the doctor, who I didn't know prior to this, says, "Wow, you have beautiful mucus, just perfect." At the time I thought it an odd comment, but it set the tone that the things my body does are not gross, but normal, and even beautiful. 30 plus years later, and I still say to myself, "Ooh, that's some beautiful mucus." 30-year-old me giving birth to my son by cesarean. Lying on the table, fully numbed, sheet up, no idea my OB had started the operation. "Your abdominal muscles are gorgeous." Took me a moment to realize she was looking at them from the inside. The picture shows how absolutely gigantic I was. Gained 60 plus lbs. Everything was swollen. That comment reminded me that no matter what my body looks like on the outside, it is the inside that counts. 16 years later, still reminding myself of that, when the woman in the mirror is looking less and less like her younger version. I'm spending my weekend off moving these bricks about 300 meters up the road to my house. Have the builder's permission. I can get 15 bricks in my wheelbarrow. 12 trips done, and although the stack on my drive is getting bigger, the pile I'm taking from barely seems to have gone down. Age 49, size 7 sweating already. Update, context, and answers. Wow, I didn't think this post would attract this much attention. Thank you for all the kind or funny feedback, encouragement, and tips. I did 20 trips yesterday and have done 7 this morning. I have upped the load to 19 to 21 today, depending on how well the bricks have stacked. I reckon I have moved about 440 bricks already, with maybe 200 to go. The route is a public road, tarmac over cobbles, so not the smoothest. I need to be able to stop, steer, start around traffic, hence not wanting a too heavy or unsteady load. I'm planning to use the bricks for edging my flower beds, and maybe build a raised bed. I don't have a car. I live inner city, so it's easy to do without most of the time. Also, I can't drive due to medical conditions, I don't know anyone won with a truck. I'm not the fittest, on a lot of meds that impact my health, and had spinal surgery 10 years ago. Some weeks getting through work is the most I can do. I like doing stuff with what I have and what I can get for free or cheap. A make do and mend, or womble, mentality. This is partly just the way I am and partly a conscious decision for eco reasons. I'm sure that many of you could do it better, quicker, etc. Good for you. Maybe I have other skills that you don't. Maybe not. I'm well chuffed, proud, of what I've achieved for and by myself this weekend, and glad that I've done it in a way that hasn't left me too sore or exhausted. My life, my garden, my projects done my way. I've attached a pic of my barrow with 19 bricks in, and an example of some of the bricks. Thank you. See you next time.